Okay, you noticed these have 10-minute time limits. So this is part two. We were at this slide right here, maybe. We were talking about where the thesis statement goes in an essay. Now, today, your thesis statement is a big part of that introduction paragraph, the very first paragraph of your argumentative essay. And that's what you're going to write today. Now, the thesis statement is the last sentence or two or three of your first paragraph. I want to make this very clear. Your thesis statement is your last sentence or two or three of your first paragraph. Okay. So this is how that your essay will be organized. Your argumentative essay. You'll have an introduction, reason one, reason two, reason three, some counter information, and we'll talk about all this tomorrow. Reason one, reason two, and reason three, and how to write those paragraphs we will talk about tomorrow. But the counter information, which we'll also talk about tomorrow, is all the information that doesn't agree with your claim, that does not match up with your thesis. It's the other side of the story. So if you're talking about how the starved starlings uh, were not killed on an act of cruelty, then you would introduce some information that might lead to believe that they were killed in a cruel manner. Okay. And then your last paragraph will be your conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, it's a 5 paragraph essay. We'll talk about what we want to do with the counter information if we want to do anything at all. But I want you to be at least, I want you to recognize that. Okay. So let's talk about your introduction, your first paragraph, which is your introduction. Okay. First of all, we know this. I made it very clear. Your thesis statement is at the very end of this paragraph. Okay. Some questions that you might ask. How do I start my essay? What do I write in this introduction paragraph? Okay. Those are questions you're going to ask. Students, often the hardest thing that students do is start an essay, because how do I start it? Where do I start it? What do I put in it? I have all this information, but how do I get it going? How do I push the ball down the hill? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Okay. We're going to talk about what you should write in your introduction. First thing, you want to write something that will grab the attention of the reader. Okay. This is often going to be like a very quick story that introduces your topic. Maybe a story about a starling, or a story about a bird or a pest. Okay. A story that grabs the attention of the reader. You don't want to go right into the hard data. You want to do something kind of fun that grabs the attention of the reader. My students, I like to, sometimes they use a quote. Somebody famous might have said something about starlings. Use a quote. Okay. You can do either or. Okay. Next, you need to have introduce background on the topic. Okay. Your topic is starlings. You need to assume that your reader knows nothing about the starlings. Okay. Also, in that background, talk about the case that we're studying, the case of the starved starlings, where the family cuts off the parents from the young and they starve. Okay. Talk about that case. And then your last little bit of your introduction is your thesis statement. Okay. Which is your claim plus 3 reasons. Okay. Let me show you what one looks like here. Okay. I'm giving you an example. The MLA format, of course. So here I've started my essay, and I started with a story. The bird rattles the nest. Each time the animal moves, the house below quakes with disgust. The old structure has taken enough abuse from the small birds and is ready to be rid of each flying rodent that has taken refuge under its old roof. This is the life of a starling. Very short, okay? This is a very short story, but I'm giving you kind of an idea, a visual. I'm using those skills that we learned in the descriptive essay, okay, to create a setting. I called it an old structure, an old roof. I gave the house a human quality to quake with disgust. Okay. These are all skills that you learn how to use in your descriptive essay. Okay. It's a short story. Okay. Now I'm going to give a little background. And this is all one paragraph, guys. I'm breaking it up so you can see it, but this is all one paragraph. My background now: destruction and annoyance. The small bird, a native of Europe, makes its way into any structure that provides shelter and often causes damage. Families are forced to deal with the bird in ways that do not seem humane. One family in particular shut off the parents of a young hatchling of starlings, forcing starvation. Okay, so I gave a little background on starlings. And then my thesis. The family did not commit an act of animal cruelty when they starved the starlings. The starlings are not native to the United States. They smell bad and are often noisy and can be very destructive. Starlings are considered pests under the law. I now have an introduction paragraph. I have my first paragraph completed. Okay, simple as that. Now, your assignment for today is due, of course, tonight by 11:59. You are going to complete your introduction, including the thesis statement. Okay, I want you to consider all the information that you've been gathering for your exploratory essay, and then write your introduction. Now, let's go to Canvas and look at the assignment here. Got to log in really fast before my time limit is up, and then hopefully go to bed and deal with life as it is tomorrow. I hope all is well, and if you have any questions, which I'm sure you will, let me know or see Patricia. And I hope, Brielle, that this is not too difficult. I definitely owe you when I get back. Okay, so for the assignment, again, guys, everything is in modules. Okay, everything is in modules. The assignment, everything is in modules for argumentative writing. Okay, notice you have your grammar unit 4, your first assignment, and then that PowerPoint. Check this out. See what that is? In just a moment, when I end this Kahoot, Brielle is going to click on that, and that is going to open up a Kahoot for you to complete. Now, Brielle, what I want you to do is I want you to tell me who won that Kahoot, and I'm going to give them 5 extra credit points on top of this assignment. So, Ko, go win an extra 5 points, or Terry, whoever. Okay, but this is the assignment. So let's open up the assignment. Okay, the assignment is very simply right here. Argumentative writing assignment 1, introduction. Answer the following questions to help create an introductory paragraph. Okay, number 1, and you're going to answer the question in the box. What short story or quotation can I use to begin my essay? Will it catch my reader's attention? 2, what background information would the reader who doesn't know a lot about starlings need to know to understand this essay? And then I want you to discuss that case of the starved starlings. And 3, did the family in the case of the starved starlings commit an act of animal cruelty when they sealed the baby starlings in the attic, causing them to starve to death? This is where I want you to put your thesis statement. Once you've done that, you filled in all 3 of these boxes, I want you to come down here and fill this box in with your introductory paragraph. I've given you an example, the same example that I shared in the PowerPoint. Okay, I want you to create it in MLA format just like you see this one. Okay, you're going to work on that. You are also going to work on your auto bio if you haven't finished that. Okay, and I have 27 seconds. Get to work on your English Grammar 101. Get to work. We only have a couple days left. You need to finish up. Okay, your exploratory essay, finish it up. It's due Thursday. You can work on that today, along with your auto bio if you haven't finished that, and your English grammar. Go do the Kahoot quiz. We'll see you later.